Okay, we're live. Okay, good evening, my friends. Today, we have the pleasure to have this beautiful, groovy talk with our friend Raven Paranormal Investigations. Welcome.
Hello, everyone.
Good evening, my
Okay,
friend. Thank you very much for coming, brother Raven.
that's right. It's a
I'm
pleasure.
so sorry that I've mistaken you for a woman.
Yeah.
It was never my
So
intent.
that was a first. When I tell
It's
a
just
lie,
Raven
oh,
here. Raven, I thought was a feminine name, but it's not, right?
well, yeah. See, if you like Google Raven and that, a lot of the images come out as female. But
That's why I
yeah,
got it wrong.
see,
So I'm so
Raven was
sorry,
an old
brother, for
gaming
that.
name. Raven
Okay.
was a gaming name when I used to play Call of Duty, and
Oh, okay.
that was my name. And then when I
Awesome.
started doing uh, ghost investigations, I thought, what can I call myself? And then I thought, Raven Investigates Paranormal. Rest in peace, R.I.P. I thought, yeah, that's quite good. So that's what I
Oh,
went
I'm
with.
so sorry I tell your name wrong now.
Yeah, yeah, you have got it back to front, but that's cool. Most people know me as Raven anyway, so
I know, but look, I'm gonna change it. I did see your
yeah,
name
but
was Raven Investigates Paranormal, but I
it's a
kind of
shunker. All right, face the ace. Hi, BC. Hi,
What's
Adrian.
up, everybody? Good evening, everybody. I'm sorry I'm not looking at the chat right now, but I'm gonna go back and we're gonna go to my place sitting down. I'm not sitting down right now. Either way, this is my brother Raven. Everybody, please connect with him. How we're gonna start this is Mr. Raven, my brother. I want to
Or sister.
ask you, how did this start? The
Well,
sighting, if you've had sightings of UFOs, ghosts, paranormal. And let's go chronologically since the younger. If you had any family member that got you into that, let's
no,
explain it. And you tell what you want, okay?
like my first experience, I was about 7 years old, and I was in bed, and I heard this voice, and it was kind of like a whisper, and then I heard footsteps, and it sounded like they were coming up the stairs. So I went into my dad, and I said, "There's someone in the house." And my dad went down and had a wander around the house, and this voice said, "He won't believe you." It was like a really faint whisper. He won't believe you. And then my dad comes back and says, "Oh, it's just the house settling. Get back to bed." And I went back to bed, and this voice said, "Told you so." And that was my very first experience. And then,
Wow.
and then when I got to, I suppose I was about 11. Me and my friend, we used to go to this graveyard near where I lived, and it had this allegedly haunted yew tree. I have done a video. It is on my
Okay.
channel of this
A
tree.
YouTube,
Yeah. See, this
like a
is
sling.
yeah, yeah, that kind of view. So you find the yew trees in cemeteries, graveyards,
Ah,
and apparently I found out a little while after because I used to tap yew trees to summon spirits forward, and
like tap
apparently
them?
tapping it. Yeah, I used to tap
That's
them,
a
and then
Bigfoot call. Did you know that?
is it? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
it's called tree knocking.
Right. See, I done
Okay,
it.
continue. Sorry.
Yeah, I done it, and I found out later on that tapping a yew tree is like using a Ouija board. You're opening a portal,
Mm.
to bring spirits forward. Well, this we was in the oldest church in Essex, and I tapped the yew tree, and then when I done the S test method, I got touched on the
Explain it.
shoulder.
What is that?
The S test method, I've got an eye mask on so I can't see. I've got headphones connected to a spirit box, playing white noise, and you let go of all your senses and you kind of drift off into the white noise. And but
And try
I
to listen.
yeah, and then spirits come forward. But I found that
Okay.
I used to go beyond the white noise. In my head, I saw this little entrance, this little doorway, and I used to put myself in that doorway, and I used to come across this most unbelievable silence. I've never heard a silence like
Oh,
it before in my life, and that
wow.
was where the spirits used to come through really clear to me from this I called it dead space because it was just so quiet. And
Yeah, the silence.
I think that that is where the dark entity is because one
And
of
tell me, were you trying to contact it when you were? Okay, you told me you were your 7-year-old experience. Okay,
yeah
how later? That's the story you're telling me. The one after, right? The U tree
yeah
tapping.
this
How
happened.
old were you now?
I It was about 3 years ago.
Okay, so that's when you started more or less going more deeper.
Yeah, well, see, I used to just watch Journeyman's channel. Then he said to me, "Oh, well, come out with me one night." So I said, "Yeah, okay, then I'll come out with you." And I I went out, and I was only going to go out once a month with him, and then I ended up going out every weekend with him. But now I say I've my knees a bit done in at the moment, so hence the AI videos because I can't get out investigating. So since December, I've been playing around with AI until I can get my knee sorted and get back out.
Okay.
All right,
Sending you
Tatanka.
big blessings for that, okay? For your knee. I don't know if you know, but remember, you've got the ESO clinic and they do cheaper consultations, okay?
Yeah,
The
well,
my university, if you go to the
yeah.
clinic, you can be attended by fourth year students and it's good. Trust
I
me.
say this is see what's causing me the problem is it's a varicose vein that's all flared up, and it runs over
Okay,
my
I know
knee,
what that is.
and
I
it
know.
runs over my
Varicose
knee.
vein, that should be. I would try to look for some creams, some natural creams, okay?
Yeah.
Something that lets your leg breathe and repairing of the veins because the
Well, I
problem is
say
in the veins.
I'm waiting to see a vascular surgeon, and that's I've got 10 weeks left in the waiting list just to get an appointment.
Okay, I hope everything gets sorted. Meanwhile, if you
Yeah.
get pain, you can always get an osteopath and ask him not to treat much where you have the varicose because we cannot treat the varicose, but we can treat
No.
around it and
Yeah.
make you more comfortable. Face, love
All
you,
right, place
brother.
the ace.
Okay, so continue the story about the tree knocking on the yew tree.
Yeah. Well, I say the ancient druids used to tap yew trees to summon spirits forward. See, that's what I read. So I thought, well, I'm going to do that. But then I found out that tapping a yew tree is like using a Ouija board. And
And you
so,
found that
but
dark space, that silence.
yeah, I say once once I used to get in there, everything used to come through so crystal clear. And the last time I went in there, that dark entity was in there waiting for me.
Tell
So
me
Dolly
more.
was
What
in,
is the entity about? Have you seen it? Tell me how it is, the characteristics, so I can try
right.
and
Well,
avoid it.
well, have you seen my one of my AI videos? Not
The one
whispering.
with the man with the sling,
No,
with the
it's
whip on the hand? No.
no, not that one. It's
Okay, give me
is it whispering? No, it's not
mention.
whispering mention. Oh, there's one of them, and come on, let me think what it's called. All right, bear with me a second. I shall
Don't
think what
worry,
it's
don't worry.
called
We be kidding here.
because AI created her, and it is exactly what I was seeing, except for the eyes.
Oh my!
The AI created this image, and it was exactly what
Wow.
I was seeing in my head, but the AI's image gave the entity red eyes, but what I was
Okay.
seeing, she had black shiny eyes.
Okay.
So right, let me. It's called
Tell me and I'll get it on my other phone.
yeah. It's called
It's important everybody sees so we know what we're talking about.
yeah. Oh, come on, Benny, what have I done? Um, Black Hollow Mill is called, and I say when the AI created it and I saw it, it freaked me right
Tell
out.
me
It
again,
scared
sorry,
me.
black what?
Black Hollow Mill.
Mill with Mill.
That's it, yeah. Black Hollow.
Okay, let me sit down. We're back.
And well, you'll see on the thumbnail because her image is on the thumbnail. And it was spot on to what I was seeing, except for the eyes. And that had been what was had been plaguing me. And when I was going to churches, the atmosphere in the churches was getting annoyed because I was bringing her with me. And
Ooh.
and so this church that Eltidam
Oh, this
said,
lady?
yeah, quite freaky, ain't she? It scared the living
Okay,
daylights out of me
tell me,
when AI
sorry. Where
created
did
her.
you meet this lady?
Why did I?
When did you meet this lady?
Um, well, I started doing my AIs in December, but I've been plagued by her for, well, since not
Oh
December
my
just gone.
god. Oh my god. I'm seeing her right now. And are you scared of her?
Yes, every time I came
Dai
across her, well,
aqui.
you see me,
Okay.
every time I came across her in my videos, I break down, you see me crying because she scares the living daylights out of me.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
before the church outed her, I was
So
just hearing
basically you
voices.
met her on those you met her on those um you met her on those this one here, right? I'm sorry, we won't show again.
That's it, yeah, that one, yeah.
Okay, I
But
have to tell you that I sold a witch mask very similar to that. Oh, Dolly, you didn't have to, my sister. Thank you very much. Okay, let me change the photo. Okay, remember, I'm talking to this a little bit sportly and superficially because, I'm trying to investigate, but, I'm trying to be sympathizing with you, okay? So I won't show this anymore, but continue the story. Okay.
yeah, so
So you started
yeah,
going to church and you noticed that this entity was going with you there, okay?
Yeah, these churches are redundant churches on our investigations.
So you're meaning investigation of the churches. Okay, so you were there investigating.
Yeah.
But how did you knew she was there?
Well, I kept hearing voices before the church at Munden outed her. That video's called The S-Test of Fear.
And that's
And
she told you about that, okay?
yeah, the spirits that I was in contact with
Told you that
told
she
me,
was outed.
yeah, yeah, the spirits, there was two spirits. One was called Eleanor and the other one was called Charles. And they told me that there was a dark entity with me. And they got
But you
annoyed.
ended up finding her on your white noise U3 taps.
Yeah,
That's how you
not
kind of summoned her, you think?
yeah,
Okay.
according to one of the spirits in the church where I got touched, he said that she was an ancient spirit, and I'd summoned it, and
Okay.
I'd tapped the U tree before I'd done the S test, and then I used to get this urge. All right, I used to get an urge to tap U trees, didn't I, Dolly? Yeah.
Okay.
Um, but I try to resist it, even though for some reason when I get near a yew tree, it kind of calls me. I hear it calling me, and
Every
so
tree?
when I was on holiday last year, I was in a graveyard. I done a live in a graveyard, and
Okay.
Dolly was with me in the live, and I kept getting drawn to this ugly, gnarly looking yew tree. It kept calling me. And then Heavenly Star came in and said there were spirits waiting at the tree, trying to draw me towards them.
Wow.
But I've always had this urge to tap yew trees since that first time I done it. But the ancient druids, that's how they used to summon, that's how they used to talk to the dead via the yew tree, by tapping them.
Okay. Very
Yo,
interesting.
legends, Bud Files, welcome.
But files, sister.
They are
Danny,
awesome. They are.
thank you for stopping by, Danny. Sorry, I said Roger, but it was you, Danny. Where are you? Danny, I saw you, my brother. Did I do anything over here? Okay, so Kate, I want to give you meet my orb. Hello, Bud Files. Danny, here you are. I'm sorry. Roger, love you, brother. Big hugs, Danny. Okay, so when was this? 3 years ago, when
Yeah.
you found out that she was a castaway, like a witch, right?
No, I found out not the December just gone, but the December before when the church at Munden outed the entity, and then things got a bit crazy. But before, I was just hearing voices, and I kept seeing things out the corner of my eye, just seeing like a little bit of a movement out the corner of my eye. But I was hearing whispers. First of all, I couldn't make out what they were saying, what the voice was saying, but then like I'd hear my name because I thought my partner was calling me, and I'd go into
Wow.
like I went into the living room. I said, "Did you just call me?" And she went, "No." Then I'd go back into the kitchen. Then my name would get called again. But then
Wow.
me and Journeyman went to this church, and I say it was the church that foretold my brother's death. Because when I done an S test
Yes.
back then, uh, this spirit came through and she said her name was Eleanor, and then she gave her surname. And then when we left the church, we had to walk round the graveyard to see if we could find her grave. And we found
Yes.
her grave. And during the S test, she went, and then this other spirit called Charles came through, and he said she's gone home. And we said, where? And he went outside in back in the graveyard. It was right weird. I say, everything's documented in my videos. We don't, because
Okay.
when I get to a location, I start my cameras and I don't stop them until I leave. Because I'd rather cut footage than not get footage, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I normally have 4 cameras, and Journeyman has 6 cameras, so that's 10 cameras between us.
Wow.
But
Wow.
the
Oh, thank. I just seen the thanks from Holly from Dolly. Thank you so much again. So,
full throttle.
uh, tell me, how did it go then next?
Well, I say, it kind of put me into a. Well, I say you'll see in the videos the amount of times I break down on camera, and this spirit makes me
Oh
cry.
my.
And just when you think she's not about it anymore, she came back through. And even Dolly's got on her StreamYard, she's got clips of a voice coming through, and it came through twice, 2 different. I was in my car doing on a live with Dolly, and we were
Yeah.
talking, and in between our pauses, there's a voice speaking, and then there was one where Dolly was in her room and she went off to wash her hands, and while she had gone off, a voice came out on the live talking, and
Wow.
the day before that one
Wow.
happened, I had a voice come out on my live. So and then after Dolly's live that day, the voice said to me, she can't help you. But then it kind of went silent for quite a few months until she resurfaced it during an S test. She came out, and I had to end the S test early because since I heard her voice was so.
And you're sure it's always the same voice?
Yeah, no, it was the same. What you see in that AI video is exactly what she looks like, except for what I was seeing, she had black shiny eyes and not red eyes. But other than that, that was exactly what she looked like. Because when
And
AI,
you know her
AI,
name? You know her name?
when the name Lilith came out,
Have you investigated it?
well, we done a graveyard, and I was in the
We
porch of the
should get some
graveyard.
records of her on a Maidstone old library documents,
Yeah,
like
but
maybe
we
like a
don't
witch that was hanged or something.
see. We don't. I've other than the church
Because
that
if
had
if
the.
you if you know that she's been cast away from the church, you can get the year maybe like 1700s,
See,
1600s.
See, after we went to London and the church outed her, our next investigation, we went back to the church where I was touched, and we got this bloke, and he told us again that it was ancient and it was never born, was what I was told. It had never been
This
born.
was never born.
Yeah, and it was
Okay, let
ancient.
me just show you something. Do you know what
But
this is?
Sage,
This is a medicine protector bag that I'm putting right now. So you and me, we're safe, okay?
I've got
We are safe.
my cat ball wielding hedgehog,
Love
and
it.
he's got me brother's hair in that watch case.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so Eleanor, she was the one who predicted the passing of someone.
No, no, she outed. She let us know that there was a dark entity with me because beforehand I was just hearing voices. But then once this church outed the dark entity, made us aware of her, then she kind of made herself known more to me. And
Yeah,
that's when things started getting. I was in a dark place, and that's when Dolly saved me. She was awesome,
legends.
and so was
Love
Kate.
Dolly.
And Kate has been awesome as well because
Legend.
Kate wrote me. Kate gave me Psalms 91 as a protection prayer. If you look on my
Okay.
channel, I made it into a song.
Oh,
So
beautiful.
so
I'm gonna check it out.
because I thought I won't say it, but I'll listen to it. It's a song and it is pretty good. The song's called The Prayer. And I say Kate
I
gave
like your
me
music
the thank
and
you.
your style of music as well. It's very
Gothic.
how can I say? It's a nice style of rock and instruments.
So
I
when I
do like my
create
rock
it,
as well. I'm not only
when I
reggae.
yeah, so when I create a song, see what I do first of all is I write a story. So I've got all my videos have all got their own stories, and I write a
Awesome.
story,
Love it.
and then I take bits from the story to make me lyrics, and then I put me lyrics in Suno, and then I normally go gothic, atmospheric, creepy, dark rock, female singer, and it always creates the same kind of style of music.
Yeah, I do. I started doing the AI more because I was fed up of having to edit the copyrights and all that. But at the same time, I do like reggae, so I kind of just do it more for the fun.
Yeah,
But the
I
truth is
quite
that
like
if I do it for everybody, it's gonna become like very repetitive, maybe. So I maybe gonna pause it for a little bit, do musics of everybody, but because I've done a few people already, but like Dolly, I should make one for Dolly
it.
because she's amazing. But I'm gonna just pause it a little bit and become more fed up of my music, and then I'll start creating more
Yeah, I
because they
say
all seem a little
I,
bit repetitive for me, the reggae ones.
I've only been into AI since my knee's been giving me grief, which has been December last year, and because I ain't been going out on investigations, I've wanted something to do, and so then I had loads of I've created loads of music anyway, so I thought, oh, let's try and make an AI video. So that's what I done, and now I'm doing one at the moment. It's called The Ward of the Damned. It's set in a haunted hospital. That's what I'm working on at the moment. I've got one that's
Oh,
coming
that's
out soon
awesome.
called Room 666. That's got a catchy tune to it.
Awesome.
But I think one of my favourite ones is I think it's called The Haunted House. Um, I quite enjoyed that one. That's where Dolly unleashes her phoenix fire for the first time in that video. Because Dolly's my
Awesome. Awesome.
superhero. She really is. 'Cause she's right up here in my eyes because she saved me. So
Right.
Her and Kate are absolutely awesome.
I'm so glad,
That
brother.
that
I
they
tell you,
both.
YouTube has been a blessing for me as well. We do meet a lot of people. A few remain. Look, I add a lot of people, but it's difficult to be there. So if there are important links in between us, I do like to cherish them, but I try not to forget about everybody. But I do know that it's hard. It's a lot of people, but I try to stay on topic with the UFOs and paranormal. I
Yeah,
do
say
interest myself on ghosts and things because I've played the card games when I was younger, and
yeah, I played with
there
Ouija
was a
boards
card
when I was
game that
younger.
it came a wind, and it lifted two cards, and it was right after he made the question. It was very strange. It was like in a movie, like he asks the question about, has anyone passed away from your family, and two cards lift with the wind, and the card that is showing is the jack. So kind of the jack is the brother, queen is the mother,
Right.
king is the father. Okay.
Yeah.
um Jack is the brother or sister. That's how I kind of saw things when I was younger, and it was right next to a cemetery as well, so it was crazy.
Yeah, I see a video the other day, and this woman, she lived in front of a graveyard, and these cows came from a field that was miles and miles away, and just stood and looked at this graveyard. And like she come out and see, and then when she went back in this video clip, something grabs her shirt and pulls her, and then she runs out the house. But yeah, all these cows apparently, so she was saying, these cows virtually every other night they'd just go there and just stare at this graveyard. A whole herd of cows.
Wow.
But I don't know
Interesting.
whether that.
Very
But yeah,
interesting.
it was weird because
Have
you
you
could
ever
see all these
seen any
cows.
UFOs? Have you seen any
Um,
UFOs or orbs or anything like that?
I've got an orb.
Translucid beings in the
I've got a,
in the forest?
I've got an orb on my channel, and it was in a 1600 house I went in, and I've never seen an orb like it before. It just
Oh, you could
comes up from
see
the
it. And what was
ground.
the color?
It was white, and it was a circle, and you see it go over towards the fireplace, and then the circle kind of becomes more defined, and then it goes back. But when we was at that location, um, my brother came through on the S-test method, and he was making the cat balls flash to command.
Oh, your brother from the other side.
Yeah,
How did
because
you how did you
that S-test
associate it
made me
with him?
cry. Say that again, sorry.
How did you know it was him?
I heard him. It was his voice, and he's
Wow. Wow.
yeah. I'd say it was another S-test that brought me to tears
Wow.
because
When was that?
when was it?
Yeah.
Was it last year? Yeah, I think it was
Okay.
last year
Wow.
because
Very
we went
interesting.
in. We went in this 1600 house, and we locked the door when we went in, so no one else could come in. And then when we was upstairs, we was hearing footsteps downstairs. Then when we was downstairs, we was hearing footsteps upstairs. But we was me and Michael, journeyman. We was the only two in the house, and we was up in the bedroom, and Harry Hedgehog, he was on the fireplace, and we was
Okay.
upstairs, and my spirit box says, "My name is Harry," and at the same time, my camera was downstairs, picked Harry flashing because
Okay.
he
Okay.
flashes, he flashes. But the fact
Lovely.
I need to
Okay.
change his ball. But
Beautiful.
when I went to recover towers, he flashed. Harry flashed for Dolly. Yeah, he flashed
I
for
would
Dolly.
Ollie.
Yeah. See, I had me
Why
back
did
to
I
him.
pick
I
that?
had me back to him, and then he flashed at Dolly. He flashed his balls at Dolly. He flashed his ball at Dolly.
You know that the Fatima miracle, the lady had a spiky orb on her hands, a big one, like a basketball with spikes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, they got that idea from somewhere. They
Yeah.
had
No, I
that
don't
idea from somewhere.
see my sister, she knitted him because Journeyman had this little doll he called Journeyman Junior. So my sister, because I like hedgehogs, my sister thought she'd knit me one. So she knitted me this, and he's been on every investigation since. But we think it's picked up. It's got a spirit connected to it, and I think it's my brother, but they can deceive. And
Yes, and I know that.
see, I think it's my brother because of the hair around Harry's neck, and
Okay.
um, and a couple of times my spirit box, when I walked past Harry, my spirit box has said my name is Harry since I
Okay.
got by, since I got by him.
Interesting.
But we think because
Did he
in a
do
lot of
anything? Or, this orb, did it do anything, or he just appeared across when you were in your fireplace? Tell me a little bit.
well, we was upstairs. We weren't even in the room, and my camera picks it. It comes up from the floor.
Ah,
It moves
okay.
towards. It moves towards the fireplace. Kind of goes more circular, and then starts moving back, and then goes like up where we were. We was upstairs, and it kind of went up.
Okay.
I've got to say, I've got it on my channel. Yeah, I
Okay.
say everything I've spoke about, you will find it on my channel.
Awesome. Like beautiful. Because the stories keep happening like chronologically if you think about it.
Yeah,
UFO,
say
you haven't seen anything like in the sky?
yeah,
Any
yeah. I was. How old
uh,
was I think I was about 12 years old, and when we used to go with me nans, we used to go for a walk in the evening. My dad and my granddad used to go off to the pub, and we used to go for a little walk round the back road on the country roads. And this night we saw this light in the sky. It kind of moved fast and then just stopped dead instantly, just stopped. And in the local papers the week after, quite a few people had witnessed whatever it was. And I thought, yeah, I saw that as well. And everyone was saying that it moved across the sky really quick and then just stopped dead. You know
and
what I mean? And then it
how
flew up
much
in the
was
air.
the size?
Say that again,
Like
sorry.
star size, or like a planet size, or the moon size?
No, it was, I would have, from the distance I saw it at, it was kind of aeroplane size.
Okay. Oh,
Um,
that's and was it any color? Any color?
it was white, blue, and red. There was like three different lights. And, but
Ah,
the white light was the brightest. And then it had kind of, because first of all, we thought, oh, it's an airplane flying over.
of course, yes.
But then when it stopped, because we thought, oh, it's a jet, because it was moving so fast. But then it just stopped, and I thought, well, no jet would stop that quick. It was. it just stopped instantly. And I thought, well, normally when you're driving and you brake, you don't just stop instantly, do you? Even if you slam your brakes on, you have a little bit of forward movement. But this just stopped dead. Um,
Wow.
that's that's the only time I've ever seen anything like that.
And it stayed there?
Yeah, it stayed there for what, like it seemed a couple of minutes, and then it just went straight up into the air. As quick as
Wow.
it moved forward, it went just as quick straight up. And I thought, well, there ain't no airplane on this planet that can go straight up like that really quick. I thought so.
And the colors,
But then
they were always constant or blinking?
they were all solid. It was white,
Solid.
red, and
Okay.
blue, all solid. There was
Wow.
no flashing lights or anything. They were just
And
solid lights.
how distant was it, do you think, could you say?
Say that
Was it
again,
up in
sorry.
the sky or lower? Not very far away, very far away?
I would have said from where we were, it must have been a good 10 miles away.
And it came transversely and then went up straight away.
Yeah, yeah. It
How
flew
long did it
horizontal.
take?
It flew
Like 10 minutes?
horizontal, stopped dead, and then went straight up into the air. But
So
it
that
looked
took
like it just
minutes?
stayed there for a couple of minutes, and it just went
Oh,
straight up.
interesting. And it was reported on the news or
Yeah, it was in the local newspaper. Other people had seen it like all round the area. I think it was like a 20, 30 mile radius of people that had said that they had seen it.
awesome.
But yeah, we saw that as well. I was about 12 years old.
Wow. Wow, that's interesting. Those are the cases that really amaze me, you know. Yesterday, wow, man, I had a talk with a friend of mine. Oh my God, Raven, you're not gonna believe this. It just came to my head. Yesterday, I was 3 hours talking with my brother Scarborough, and I'm gonna have to send you to go there as well, see his live because he told some stories that I'm still like, wow, like similar to yours, but imagine this craft follows you when you're on the highway and it
Right.
starts throwing a beam to the cars around you. And when the beam hits your car, it looks like a hand outside. The beam of light transforms into a hand, and he
Right.
saw that beam go in the car next, which was a family driving. You're look. I look. I, I'm I'm out of words because it's completely out of a freaking scary movie. And I tell you, man, I'm gonna have him this weekend. Maybe I'm not sure, but he told everything, and I didn't know even what to do. But I was 3 hours with him, like listening to all the stories. I started doing some clips, but he asked me not to do it, so he wants to go over it again. But that's I can tell you that, Raven. And he was like honking on the horn, asking for the car in front to go faster because the beams of light apparently they couldn't reach you if you were going very fast, but if you're going slowly, he saw this family with a beam of light going in the car, and all of them they were shining and like um, illuminated, and he saw hands inside the car, and they were like kind of stuck in time, like that, like all scared, but stuck, like frozen,
Freak
completely
out.
frozen, and he was honking on the car for the car in front to go faster. And I think he hit the 90 miles an hour, and he was able to run away. But he saw like three cars were left behind. Apparently, he was able to make the guy in front of him to stop further ahead after they ran away, kind of from the cars and the UFOs, because he said it was like a orange orb, whatever. And and he said he talked with the guy from the other car, and they stopped and they saw the three cars passing one after the other one, and they were all on the same, like, you know what I mean? They were all
Yeah,
traveling the same line, the same three lines, and because of him running away from that beam that was being thrown on the two over three cars next to him, he stopped and he talked with the guy in front, and the guy was saying, "Yeah, I did notice the light, but he didn't look to the people, so he had like a freaking view of everything, and he was fearing for his life,
freak
and he
out.
said he saw that family's car. They got off the highway, like on the curve, to go out, and he said that it looked like the car was sometimes on that curve. It looked like it was on two wheels sometimes. So they were really scared, and he, they were looking at them. And from all of the people that came on the cars, he said that they were all freaking out.
Yeah,
You know,
I
he
would have,
says there was
I
some
would have
time,
freaked out.
but so this orb you saw, you weren't in the room. It was on the camera that you were
Yeah,
recording,
yeah.
but you were
I,
in a different.
I have got. I think it's a 45-second clip. I have got it on me channel. So I have. As soon as I get to a location, I switch my cameras on, and I don't stop them until I get. Because I do all my editing on my phone. It's easier to keep all the cameras running because when it comes to syncing them, you've only got to find one point, and then all the cameras match up. So it makes life a lot easier.
Nice,
'Cause
lovely.
I even do me AI videos on my phone. I do everything on my phone.
Ah, okay. I love my phone too. I don't like to use the computer very often. I could, but
I
I
find
don't
the
know.
computer's too slow.
Been on the computer so many years that right now I don't like to be on the computer. I prefer to be on the phone and sofa.
See,
So,
how, how I say it, I do me editing on my phone, and I can do editing or me AI anywhere. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
the other day, I was sitting in the doctor's waiting room, and while I was
nice.
there, I was editing an AI video.
Okay, okay,
Oh, saves having to listen to other people's conversations. Now I stick my earbuds in and make an AI video.
okay.
Hi, hi, Giuliano. Welcome.
Um, Beautiful sighting of the UFO, man. Could you see any structure, or could you see any solid, or you could only see the lights?
I only saw the lights because,
Yeah.
like I say, it was about 10 miles away,
And it
and
looked like an
we,
airplane size.
we thought it was a jet because of the speed that it moved. But then once it stopped just dead,
Yeah.
we thought there ain't no planes that just stop dead. And
Wow.
then it went vertical, and it went vertical just as fast as it went forward. And I thought that's definitely not a jet Because when I was younger, I used to be into the old plane spotting and what have you, going to air shows, and so I knew that it had the speed of a jet. Well, no, I'd have said it was faster than a jet because it did move quick. Now,
Wow. Did it
that was
illuminate?
back.
Did it illuminate the ground?
I don't see. I don't know where we was
Okay, you
so
couldn't
far
see it.
away. I just thought we just saw these lights. Couldn't have even told you what shape it was, but the lights were the main light was white, and then it had blue and red lights on it, but none of them flashed. It was all solid lights. Because that was another
But
thing we
I'm
thought,
looking
mate.
at what Bisay said. Look what he said. The Bisay is a loser. Bisay is him, so he's joking with himself. Yeah, that's why I laughed. Okay. Meet my orb is the same as Bisay, but he's joking with himself. Love
Yeah,
you,
no,
brother.
B says orbs.
Yeah,
I'd have,
Bisay's a good man. Is my brother. You
yeah,
can
so
trust.
his orb sounds like it was a lot bigger and a lot more vivid than what my camera caught. Because
Yeah,
my
you have to
camera,
check his video. You have to check his video. He's got like the size in glass. Like a 3D printed. And we're gonna do a show very soon, but he's just looking for some final details before we do the live about it. We're gonna talk about his sighting, and he's got more than one sighting. He's got an experience in the woods as well. But I don't want to be talking about his experience. Tell me, do you have more experiences in the woods? Because I do talk a lot with people with um, Bigfoot in the forest. So if you've done experiences in the forest, maybe we can find some stories in the forest. Try thinking about something.
see, we've done the Screaming Woods in Pluckley, but
Okay.
the night that we done that, uh, we had hailstones during the S-test session, so that was a bit of a freak out because I had headphones on, me eyes covered, and then I got pounded with hailstones. So that kind of freaked me out. But there is a wood near me that when I was growing up, there was a story that two pig farmers, they were brothers, and they had to
Okay.
kill a pig. And one of the brothers fired a gun and he shot his brother. And he thought he
Oh
had killed his
my!
brother. So he took himself into the woods and hung himself. And
Oh my gosh, that's tragic.
and it has been reported that there's been sounds coming from the tree that he hung himself on. And the tree that he hung himself on is a yew tree.
Oh my!
So I'm waiting for a better night's weather, and then I'm gonna get Michael Journeyman and we're gonna go to this yew tree and do a little investigation of it.
About that
But that might
sound. Oh,
mean,
that's
but
interesting. Have you heard
but that
some
might
weird
mean,
noises in the woods, like weird footsteps and nothing is there?
um, no, I've been in
Weird
uh
scream?
my video titled "The Asylum." Um, while we were in the mental asylum, uh,
Oh
my
wow!
camera my camera picks up a scream, a voice goes ah, but my ears don't hear it, and I carry on like normal. And Michael's at the other end of this corridor that we was in, and he goes, "Did you hear that?" And I went, "No," and he said he heard a voice. But I never heard it. My ears never heard it, but my camera mic picked it up. It's on me video. Um,
Nice.
But when we went to the asylum, we kept hearing footsteps. And back in them days, I used to, instead of having the eye mask, I used to use the ghost tube lens, which I run sear through, and you get kind of 3D images come through, and this 3D image of a girl comes through just as I say the name Sarah. As I say the name Sarah, this image comes through of this girl in the asylum. So that was pretty freaky. But I say we kept hearing Harry flashed like a good one in the asylum. But after we investigated it the first time, all the following week, I had this urge that I had to go back to the asylum. And Michael, journeyman, he said he's had the same feeling all week. So we decided to go back. We don't normally do that. But we went back and I was doing a TikToksic live
Yeah,
and I stuck my camera through this entrance, a hole in the wall to a
yeah.
burnt out room. And as I've done it, someone said that they saw a shadow move as I put my camera through the hole. They saw something move in the room. So that was pretty wild.
Wow.
But a lot of the stuff. See, when I go investigating, I expect nothing to happen. Then that way you're never disappointed. You just enjoy the location,
How do
and
you
yeah, you hope something happens.
tell me?
Tiny
Have you
K.
had people passing out and
Uh,
waking up and fecha bem a portinha and maybe
no.
possessed or feeling weird?
Well, I done an S test. It was my first visit to Lewis Priory, and during the S test, this you see this mist come along, and it kind of disappears in
Wow.
front of me, and then all of a sudden it reappears and goes back the way it came. And then during the S test, I say, because the spirit said to me, the life force is good. And after that investigation, I was just being drained of energy. I couldn't recharge my energy. It took me 5 days to get my energy back. And
Oh
I was just
wow.
being drained and drained and drained. I had no energy to do anything. It was a bit freaky because I had me back pain to contend with, and I had no energy to fight it. And I say I was in quite a bad, and that lasted 5 days before I could get my energy back. And that was after that S test session. And that was the first time that I'd ever felt something after an S test that, like I say, it was stopping me from getting my energy back.
Powerful. Brother, how do you protect yourself?
Right, I don't know if you can see them. I've got that's a black tourmaline crystal.
Okay.
That's a clear quartz crystal,
Joji,
and I wear a hagstone.
beautiful.
A, hag, a hagstone is a rock that has a natural hole formed through it. And apparently, you're supposed to look through the
I have
hole,
my
and you can
medicine
see
bag.
if you look through the hole in the stone, the hagstone, you're supposed to be able to see if there's any witches.
Ah,
But the hagstone's been on my neck since I got touched, coming up 3 years ago,
on that
and it's
shirt,
been on
yes.
me, and it's been on my neck, and it ain't come off. And I
How
got a little
was that
burn mark
touching
on.
about? What do you mean by touch?
What I was doing the S
Did it
test, I had a
grab
hand.
you?
I had a hand grab me on my shoulder, and the fingers came down halfway down my chest. But
Like
if you watch one of my
two hands, one hand on the shoulder and the other one on your belly.
no, I had one hand on my shoulder, and that was it. And then I had breathing on my neck when I got
Oh my,
touched.
you got some scratch marks.
See, back in them days, I never recorded. Well, I recorded, but I used to give Michael my footage, and he used to add it into his video. So the moment where I'm touched is in his video called Journey's End, and it's about 3 years
Okay,
ago. And you see me react when I get touched. And then when I
interesting.
got home, I had a mark on my shoulder, and I thought, how did I get that? But I say when I got touched, the hand came halfway down me, the fingers came halfway down my chest.
Oh, through the front?
Yeah, it was like they were standing behind me, and the hand came down on my shoulder. The palm of it was on my shoulder, and the fingers
And
came
holding
down.
you really.
Yeah, so like
Wow.
it kind of touched me
And
like that.
what you attributed? Do you think it was her or a man?
No, it was definitely because she's plagued me for 2.5 years,
And have you got
and
rid of her?
well, I like to think I have. So the last time she came through, Donny was with me. We was at Waverley Ruins. I think that's what it's called, Waverley
When
Ruins.
was that?
Uh, 3 months ago,
Okay.
and before I connected with Dolly that day, there's a yew tree there, and Michael went off to go back to the chapel, and I said, oh, I'm going to stay here for a little bit. And as soon as he went, I tapped the yew tree, and then during the S test, Michael's spirit box says um, it was summoned, and like you hear Michael say, we haven't summoned anything. But of course, I'd tapped the yew tree, but Dolly didn't know I'd tapped it, and Michael didn't know I'd tapped it. And then she came through, and of course, I broke down into tears, and as soon as I heard her voice, and then I had to stop the S test. So Dolly was with, because Dolly goes
Bless her. Love you, my sister.
because Dolly says close the door, and then Michael's spirit box not long after says the door is closed, and it's been silent since. So I'm hoping that it's kind of locked away in that dead space in my head, that silence. And when I do S test now, I stay in the white noise. I see that entrance in my mind, but I stay away
But you
from
don't
it
go
because
in anymore.
I'm too scared to go near it. Yeah, because
Yeah.
she she did scare the living daylights out of me. Well, I thought I was in such a dark place, but say
Look, I do think that that could have something to do with your younger experience.
it could
Do
be
you know that?
because
Do you know,
because
remember
when I
where
was
you
7,
were?
that was female,
Yeah.
and yeah,
It's very possible that she lived in that house
but I say
or in the past.
yeah, I say, but the tree that I tapped when I got
Yes, the
touched,
tree. Yes, the tree. Yes. Okay. Yes, the
well,
tree may
well,
have, you
that
know,
was the first time I'd ever touched.
created that
I tapped.
connection already there.
Yeah, so that was the first time I'd ever tapped a yew tree, and then during the S test method, I got touched. So if you see Journeyman's video, it's called The Journey's End, and you actually see my reactions when I get touched, and yeah, it's
Wow.
quite freaky.
I've always tried to avoid those energies. We do have a lot of witchcraft here in Portugal. I used to go at night for hikes, and we used to see people that leave in the pathway of the trail, like a tray with a glass of wine and some grapes and things like that. A glass with a real glass. And I've always tried, what's happening. um, but I never touch anything. Um, and I know people that have gone. I know stories of people that have gone very unlucky because of trying to mess with these things. So um I've never really dwelled much, but I do understand that when I do these interviews, I get a panoply of things to do with paranormal, and people think that my name is John P because of the paranormal, and it's nothing to do with that. It's actually Pear Tree, which is my name. But I just use the Pear John Pear,
Yeah.
um, as a thing. But it's John P. It's not John Paul like many people think,
Saint
or
John Paul.
paranormal. But it's nothing to do with that. It's actually Pear Tree, which is part of my name, which from I gather
Right.
is ancient Jewish, but it comes from my father's part of the family, and then I've got German part of the family as
But
well.
you got the most important name, John.
Yeah, exactly. The Johns are
John's
geniuses.
rule.
Do you have any news on the football or no? Or haven't you heard anything? No,
I
because I
shall
don't
tell
know the
you.
result, but it should have finished already, I think.
Yeah, Porto 1-3-1.
Okay, thank you. Oh yeah,
Panathinaikos and Roma
FC
1-1.
Porto rules. Do you know that this year we may be champions
Say that again,
of?
sorry.
We may be champions this year over here.
All right. Are you
We
in top
like
spot at the moment?
6 points or seven in front of the second one, and like 10 points of Benfica. And we've been winning games, man, like at the last minute, and we do have a little star of the champion, this year, I think. But I don't want to say we're gonna be champions yet because we have Mourinho in Benfica, and he's really good, you know.
Yeah. Did you see Benfica against Real
Real
Madrid?
Madrid, no, no.
Oh,
But
I'll tell you.
I saw today that Guardiola was thanking him, so I could see that it was a important win for Benfica.
Their
They passed
goalkeeper,
already.
their
They passed.
goalkeeper in the 98th minute came up for a corner and headed it. Really good goal. Really good goal.
Oh, he's the goalkeeper of Benfica scored.
Yeah. Against Real
Wow, you're
Madrid.
joking with
I'll tell
me.
you. Look, find it on YouTube. I'll tell you, it is. It's a pretty good
Oh
goal.
my gosh! I bet it's viral already.
Me, most
I'm
probably.
gonna put Benfica Real Madrid. It gets already. I put BEF 4-2. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, they stuffed them.
Oh look,
But
you don't want to know how much I used to hate Benfica, man. You don't want to know.
the trouble is, like, you got to get behind your country's teams when they're in Europe, ain't you? Even if you
Yes,
don't
yes,
support
yes,
them,
yes, yes, yes. Look,
unless that's
if
unless they're
they
saying like
lose,
Arsenal.
if they, oh yes, Arsenal kicked our asses in when I went to England many years ago, and I was in the stadium and they won 4-1 or 4-0. I don't even remember. It was, oh my god, it's painful, painful, man. But I tell you, I learned a lesson. Never go away when you don't have a winning team, and now I know that, you know.
Trouble is, if you support them, you gotta back them whether they're crap or not,
Yeah, but
ain't you?
look,
Really?
imagine if it was Mourinho, I would have backed him up, but I wasn't in Portugal, so I couldn't be there. But like Vilas Boas, I was already here,
See, I
and
follow.
I went to the stadium and watched some games, and I kind of knew we were gonna win because at the Europa Cup, I kind of nobody could stop Falcao, man. You remember Falcao?
Yeah,
He was
I
for
think
me like the best of
Man
the
United
best
tried
of the
to.
best, even the best than Jardel,
Yeah, I think Man United tried to get
Derley,
him.
Benny McCarthy. You know, Falcao was for me number one, and Vilas Boas had it. Look, that year, if I wanted Falcao to stay one more year, so we could be champions of Champions League, but they wanted the money, so Villas Boas left. Mourinho, he took Falcao with him, or he went away. Porto is one of those teams that we kind of need the money to survive. And our president, he's dead, but he had a really rich way of living, but he did invest in the games as well, like referees. You know what I mean? No, I don't
Yeah.
know what I mean, but you know what happens on the big games on the Champions League. You're like, look. Real Madrid was winning for 1-0. Oh my gosh, they were winning, and I bet they were winning until like 33. Oh my God, Benfica scored late. Either way, look, we had a beautiful teams. What's your team?
Mine is Maidstone United.
Yeah.
Yeah, home team.
I
Yeah.
know a little bit about them because I had a friend who supported them.
See, when I was refereeing, um, I was running a line, and Maidstone United was was the away team, and I was at Thamesmead, and all the support was on the program. It had my name, and it had where you come from, and it had Maidstone. So of course, I was copying loads of grief from the supporters because they were saying that I was being biased because Maidstone was uh,
The home
playing.
team, the way team, the way.
But that was a freaky game because during half time, we'd just come back out for the second half, and this player starts chasing this other player around the pitch with a knife because apparently this other player had been sleeping with his girlfriend, and he started
Ah,
chasing him around the
okay,
pitch.
that's fair enough. If it
That
was
was
for
quite.
the
That was quite.
game, it wasn't fair. But if it was for the girlfriend, I think it's a fair enough. You know.
Yeah, I say you. It was quite a freak out because we was out there ready to get the second half going, and you just see these two people running around the pitch, and one of them had a knife in his hand, saying, "You slapping my
Wow.
girlfriend."
The girlfriend must have been really important.
Well, yeah, to fatly try and kill someone for.
Look, maybe not kill, but leave him a little scar.
But yeah, I
You know
say
what I mean?
Thamesmead's pitch
A,
was
a,
right
a,
next to
a
the sewage
slash and
works.
then throw the knife away.
Yeah, I say their
And
pitch
then
was
just
right by the
run.
sewage works. And as you were running and breathing, you were breathing in the sewage smell. It was such an evil place to be.
Wow, man. Look, I know how it is when you go and see the games and the away teams. The referee is like, and when the whistle starts, it's like it is intrusive and scary,
Yeah,
but at the same time,
I was running a line once,
it is
and
amazing at the same time, right? It is like it gives you that extra energy to referee the rest of the game, right?
yeah, I say I've I've refereed some I've
Look, I
refereed
know
some
you have
games.
to run away from the lighters and the coins.
Well, I say one game I felt the spit. They were spitting at me, and I felt the spit hitting my back as they was. as they were spitting at me from the stands.
Assholes.
And and I said to the referee, I
Rain.
said,
You
look,
have
I
to
said,
see it as rain, okay? When you're at the football, you have to see it as rain, okay?
yeah. Well, I said to see what happened was they were they were they were being racist towards this defender. So I turned around and told him to leave it out. Then after that, they were just like they targeted me. And
Yeah, but
I
look,
told the
those
referee,
things are normal on the games,
yeah.
okay? That's the
So
least of your problems, you know?
I told the referee, and then he went and spoke to the manager, and they said, "Did I want an escort when I left the ground?" I went, "No. If someone throws a punch at me, I'll throw a punch back. That's how I am." And
Yeah, of course, that's the what you have to defend your space, you know?
see, I got dragged in front of the FA because this player threatened me. So I said, "Okay, I'll meet you in the car park after the game. Let me get out my kit, and I'll meet you one on one." And
Yeah.
I was waiting in the car park, and you just kept seeing his head poke round the corner of the door and then dart back. He was scared to come out. He was giving it all the big one whilst he was on the pitch, and then he was scared to come out. And then his manager complained to the FA, put a report in against me, and I got dragged in front of the FA. But luckily, a
Oh,
week before my hearing, a referee got assaulted, and while I was there defending myself, I said to the board, the FA committee, that
yeah.
I'm not a victim, and if someone wants to start on me, I will defend myself. I said there's 22 of them and one of me. And I said, and I ain't a victim.
As long as
And but
they come one at a time and there's some police nearby, so at least it's a fair fight, you
there's
know?
no such thing as a fair fight in this day and age, is there?
No, especially on football. I'm from the time that one guy used a very light flash, you know, the gun, and
Oh right, yeah.
it hit the heart of a guy on the other side of the stadium in a Benfica sporting game, and a sporting person died because when they threw from far away, but when it fell, it hit the heart of somebody and they couldn't take it out. It kind of
That's in.
perforated, you know? Look at the chance of a very light hitting you, you
I'm
know?
telling you. Yeah. That
So
is
you didn't throw it to the air, you threw it more at an angle instead of to the air. So it was kind of a mistake, but you know. Oh, look, there's the game of Porto here. So I want to ask sorry for my friends from Rangers.
right.
You
I am sorry, John P, but
have any more stories?
I'm gonna have to call it a night because it's
Okay.
5 to 11, and
Okay, brother.
my
Um,
sleep pattern's not that
you know,
good as
like
it is.
I'd love to have you back anytime. If you have any news
Definitely.
on your story about the entity, you can always come back. And
Yeah,
you
I
know, I
say,
do know a lot of people who do paranormal, and if you need any, if you want to try anything else as well, you know, as well of what you're doing,
yeah, I
or
say,
any
all,
advice, I
all
can
my,
put you in contact.
yeah, all my experiences are all documented in my videos. But as I say, I always leave the cameras running, so
Awesome.
everything I spoke about tonight is all being caught on camera. So,
Beautiful, my brother.
but anyway,
Raymond,
I'm
I
gonna
hope
have
you
to,
enjoyed it. It was
yeah,
nice and sweet, short and sweet. That's how I like to say it.
yeah,
And it's a
yeah.
pleasure meeting you in person again.
It's
And,
been a pleasure
you know,
coming
I'll
up.
be seeing
I
you
was a bit
on your
nervous to
channel
start
and
off
at
with.
Dolly's. Sorry?
I, I was a bit nervous to start off with because I'm I I normally struggle when I meet people for the first time, kind of thing. But
Yeah,
I
don't
had Dolly
worry.
and Kate tell me
You
that
know
I'd
what?
be okay,
I
and
just
they
want to
gave me the
always.
confidence I
There's
needed.
always a little bit of a scare, and today was actually a pretty busy day to me, a strong day. But I tell you, brother, you and Dolly and everybody just I don't know, just made it feel much better, and I'm feeling like really good. So I want to thank you as well for that.
I
Just
say
for
this. Okay,
being
I know it's
here
been
and
what 1 hour 20 minutes, but the time has flown. I've enjoyed every second of it. So
me too, brother. Me too.
thank you for having me up. And
I left the link in the description for so please everybody check my brother Raven investigates paranormal. And
yeah,
I hope
thank
to
you
see
very
you
much.
soon, my brother. And you can just leave the stream yard. I'm gonna just play some music,
Yep.
and then I'll be finished. Okay.
Right. Okay. Bye, everyone. And thank you, John,
Be
for
kind
having me
and
on.
look, Raven.
See you later. Bye.
Start looking at the sky because they may appear to you.
Yeah, I say
Okay.
they are out there. Definitely out there.
You've had contact with them when you saw that light.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't.
say
I forgot to ask you if you had any lost time then, but I don't think so. It doesn't look like it.
no, I say we was about 10 miles away, so we wasn't like directly under it or near it.
Exactly.
So we saw it from a
Exactly.
distance.
But I hope you
Right
enjoyed
then.
the story about my brother Scarborough that I'm gonna
That
have
was,
him soon. Okay, you're gonna be amazed. He's got like some incredible.
I'll
Wow.
have to check him out. I will check him out.
Scarborough Squatch Station. Good night, my brother. John P loves
Right.
you.
Good night.
Raven.
And thanks for having me up. Cheers, mate.
You too, my brother. See you soon. Okay, my friends. Let's put some music and say our goodbyes. Hope you enjoyed, my friends. I'm gonna make some coffee. John P loves you, my friends. My wife hasn't said anything, so I hope all is good. Okay, let's do this one here. My brother Frills. Okay, let me take the coffee. Where is the milk, everybody? Where is the milk, my people? Like a ray of sun. Oh, topping for desserts just fell. My brother. Brother Frills. Love you, my brother. This one is for my brother Juan. A big thanks for my brother. Big hugs, my brother. Raven. Whispers, thank you for stopping by. Dolly, my sister, thank you very much. Thank you for being here. You're our angel, you know that. Underneath the stars, the moon was shining bright. She was there, something creeping in the tree. A rustle, a shuffle, a sound on the breeze. Then out stepped the shadow, big as the sky. Okay, so we do not have milk. Bigfoot. Bigfoot. George, my brother, good evening. Thank you for stopping by, everybody. We're gonna go, okay? Where's the milk? Oh my god, there's no milk. What am I gonna do? What can I mix it, the coffee with, my friends? Actually, wait a second. There is just a little bit, but... There's not enough, guys. So, guys, my next interview, my friends, you're so lucky that you're here, but you've heard it already. I'm gonna have my brother's Squatch Station, my brother Scarborough's Squatch Station, and guys, you cannot imagine this ride what we're gonna do, guys. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be unbelievable, okay, my friends. So trust me, it's gonna be a ride. John P loves you. Good evening. Blessings, Raven. Dolly.